Hello, 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 Pisces. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? It's a sunny day. It's a good day. Anyway, my name is Patty. I'm here to do your intuitive tarot from the 17th to the 23rd, along with some astrology and numerology. How about that? I am an empath. I'm extremely highly intuitive, so they say, and also somewhat clairvoyant, along with feeling all kinds of different things. So this is actually going to be a divine-driven tarot reading. It's not going to be like one that you normally see. The first oracle I'm going to pull out, I'm going to pull 3 oracles. One is for the divine's message to you. So if you believe in the second dimension, or there is more to life beyond here and you have a higher power, this is your message from your higher power. Second energy in the second card is for the 17th through the 23rd. Third energy is forward moving, future energy, more so from the planets. Because in astrology, if you look at astrology and if you look at the divine, what he's really wanting us to do, it's all the same. The energies are all about love, all about second dimension, things that are not tangible. So let's get started, guys. No announcements this morning. Just going to do tarot. Oh, I do have one little announcement. If you're not a subscriber, you probably won't see these. However, I am going to do a couple weeks of just possibly 1 minute little divine devotion, not devotions, but things in the morning, a little divine card in the morning. So get ready for that. You probably want to subscribe, hit the bell so you can be notified when I do those, because I'm not going to tell you what time. It might be 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, might be 4 o'clock in the morning, but it'll be a morning thing so that sun gives you something to think about. All right, so let's get started. So the Divine's card today is the Talisman. 9, 4. So it is about stability. It is about creating stability, your foundation, where your foundation comes from. The Talisman has been there, done that, so it sort of knows the path to take. However, it does need light, especially in the darkness, because we have a lot of distractions. Things can get in the way, people can get in the way, things can get in the way, so we stumble and fall. So this is the Talisman saying, hey, I've been here and done that, but I still need to have some kind of a light ahead of me on my journey, because even though my path isn't going to be 100% straight, it is going to be a little bit straight. I need that because I don't want to stumble and fall like I did in the past. So that is the Divine's card to you. It's the number 4. It's about growing that path and that journey a little bit more stable, more balanced. And that's also what the planets are talking about also. The current energy for the week is going to be wide open. And that is the number 6, about your harmony and improvement. That seems to be a big number this week. For these readings this week is the number 6, harmony improvement, harmony improvement. What is it? You know, in order to have balance, that's where you get your peace, your joy. That's where balance is. That's where harmony is. No fighting, no arguing, nothing like that. And you can disagree to disagree, or agree to disagree. However, you can learn techniques that you will never fight again in your life. I am there. I've done it. I used to fight, but I don't anymore, and I will never fight again. And there is techniques that you can do, and that is also in. I did an effective communication video. I think it's about 45 minutes long in how to do that and how to help you through your process of communicating better, to be understood and understand somebody better. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But this is about your harmony improvement, because apparently somebody needed to hear that. Wide open is your choices and your decisions. So this is your choices and your decisions, definitely based on your foundation, your core values, and where you're headed. Are they secular? Are they worldly? Or what? Okay, so that's about all I'm going to say about that right now. We'll see what the cards have to say. And then we have future energies for probably May, June, and July. Somebody has got some embracing to do of themselves. So a sad embrace, and this is the number 9. So this is a future thing to really pay attention to, because the 9 is about intensity. It's about strength. It's strongness. It's really like an awakening time. So we have to realize that if we're embracing sadness and we're dwelling on it over and over and over, and we don't release it, then we can't move forward. We stay stuck. So this is an energy for the next couple of months to really pay mindful. Yes, you're allowed to get sad. Everybody gets sad, but to stay there and be stuck in it. Even in grief work, there is no time for grief work. Been there, done that. My brother was murdered. My mom is gone. A lot of my family members are gone. Actually, everybody pretty much that I really deeply loved is gone. But the thing is, I have to realize, embrace their life and move on. And I keep their lives alive by speaking about them, telling stories about them, telling good things about them, not the sadness. Looks like when my brother was murdered, I don't talk about that. I don't talk about the murder. I don't tell how he died. I talk about how he lived and what he did in his life to overcome his struggles so that he would actually have a better path. So very, very important to really think of those positive things. Again, these are wide open choices for you this week. You have a choice on how you want to present yourself in a higher light, in a happier light, a joyful light, or you can have a choice to go into the other direction, low dimension, low vibration, and those things sort of keep you there and keep you stuck. So Pisces, let's find out what the cards have to say. Actually, what the divine has to say through the cards, because the cards are just cards. The divine is the message through the cards. All right. At least whoever comes through. Now, I've had other people come through, ancestors come through. I don't know who they are. Don't ask me. People say, you know, have you heard so-and-so? Do you hear? I don't see, I hear. So a lot of people ask me, I don't have control 100% who comes through. Even when I try to call on my mom or my brother, sometimes I don't, you know. As we pass on, you have to remember we're energy. They could be anywhere. They could actually be in a million places at one time because our energy is like a sparkler. If you know what a sparkler is, as we pass on, we can go in a million places at one time because you think of our life as a sparkler. Energy moves around and it can be like anywhere. It could be here, it could be there. It's energy. It can go anywhere. So you could be in several places at one time. Very interesting, isn't it? All right, so let's see what the divine has to say today. It's been exciting. He has me writing another book, guys. He has me, and I will be doing a video on it, but I have to get the foundation down first. I'm waiting. Every morning he asks me to write a chapter, and it's amazing to me because I'm like, okay, what do you want me to say? And I'll start a thought, and then all of a sudden his words come out. I'm like, where did all that come from? It's his wisdom. It's amazing. If you keep your relationship open to him, it is amazing. And I say him, but you know what? I know, guys, he's energy. So it's just the way I use it in my boomer world. Okay. All right. So let's see what we've got. Got an interesting thing going on here because we have somebody who is just playing around too much. Playing. It's not going to get you anywhere. There's one energy, because now for those of you that are brand new to my readings, you will hear me talk about different energies. That means different personalities, different people. So if I say, oh, this energy or that energy, this means that I'm talking about several different people. I can't help that. It could be one full energy. It could be you. However, the divine doesn't work that way. Sometimes somebody will come through and say, hey, I want them to know this. And I'm like, okay, it's a different person, different energy. In a lot of tarots, you'll talk about just one person. But when the divine comes through, I have to share what he gives me because I will be obedient. So if you hear me say new energy or another energy, that means it's a different person. All right. But this first person here is just playing around, play. You're having fun. You're enjoying life. You're taking care of things that you need to. However, you're not thinking about your future very much. Okay, this is probably a younger person. I would say in their probably 20s, maybe early 30s. You're just having a lot of fun. I'll tell you right now, we've got, and also you're doing a lot of things at once. This is great for somebody. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the World, and then we have the Fool. This is thank you. So this could be you, or this could be an energy that's coming to you. Hey, let's be a little bit more playful. Let's have a little bit more fun. Let's just go do. Let's be spontaneous. There's somebody that might be coming to you that wants to be more spontaneous. This is a lot of fun when you're young. This is a lot of fun when you're young. But you got to really pay attention to your future a little bit, because I'll tell you what, this person was me. So when I was younger, I did everything I wanted to. I just, I went to college. It didn't work out. I really wasn't a college person at that time because I was too immature. But I traveled the world. I lived in another country. I learned how to windsurf. I learned how to scuba dive, became a semi-pro bowler, blah, 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 blah. Did all kinds of stuff, right? But while my friends were buckling down and doing their college and building careers, I was out having fun. Just remember, it comes with a cost at some point in time. So you have to really, 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 even though the talisman is saying, watch your journey, watch your path, pay attention to it. This is stability. This is trying to create stability. And yes, we are freedom of choice. We have that freedom of choice. But also remember, pay attention to the future a little bit, because you don't want that sad embrace when everybody is making money, has houses, and has families and is settled down. That may not be you. And that's okay. But just know in the future that this has its consequences. This depends on your choice. You can either be left out and, because a lot of married couples with children don't want to hang out with single people because the mindset is very different. And that there's nothing wrong with that. We all have our own friends and everything. However, it's very hard. And also that's when temptation can come in and create more problems. So that's why a lot of the times we have to think of our future, where we want it to go. Even if we're in our 20s, where do you want it to go? But when we're in our 20s, we think about now, which is really, really good. However, in this case, don't be too playful. So this might be coming somebody at you. Maybe you're wanting to date somebody and they're just a little too playful. I have a friend that, no matter how much I tell him, can you stop joking around so much? Life isn't about just jokes. Get serious and talk a little bit about serious things. But and the reason being is he is probably so much in fear. He doesn't want to talk about the serious things because then all that trigger comes up and that kind of a thing. However, too much play is not good. You need to have some balance again. We're talking about balance. And there's going to be all kinds of opportunities coming because we have the 7 of Cups, we have Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the 7 of Wands, which you're going to have to stand up for yourself at some point. Okay. This is my concern though. If sometimes we get too playful and we're not serious enough, then what happens is we miss our mark. We miss the opportunity. Thank you. We may miss something that we really, really wanted, but we wanted it, but we didn't realize it at the time. So as you get older, you're like, man, I really should have taken that opportunity when I had it. I'll give you an example. And somebody's missing this opportunity because there is a door to go through. And this could be for your career and money. However, you got to really pay attention because you're fighting yourself. Then you're going to have to stand up for yourself and realize, oh, well, that ship passed without me on it. I had the opportunity when I was in my early 20s. My mother about kicked me through the curb on that one. I love travel. She knew I loved travel. I'd been to Japan. I wanted to travel. I was down in California. I love travel. And a company, Asian company, because I'd lived in Japan before, but this was not a Japanese company. This was a Korean company. And they were looking for a travel agent. And so my mother talked to them, and they were willing to take me on and train me, even though the income was really low. And I had no other support, but I was working at pretty much a dead end job, and I liked it there. And it was not that great of a job, but I really liked it there. And I didn't take the travel agency job, which could have led me into possibly owning my own travel agency, learning about the industry on an internship and making money while I did it. I was stupid back then because, I'm in my own mindset. I'm in my own world. I want to do what I want to do. However, later on, I was like, man, I really should have did that. And look at me now. I finally got into the travel agency industry way late in the game, a year ago, and I love it. However, it is challenging now because it is a lot more hard. So really pay attention to your passions that you desire. right now for somebody. Your passions are there, but your choices, you're really going to have to buckle down and make a decision. Sometimes it's better not to play and pay attention to what you're being offered at that moment, because that offer may not come back. My offer never came back. They picked somebody else got blessed, and I went on struggling. So really pay attention to that. All right. Is this the same energy, or is this a new energy, please? Okay, so we have something ending really, really quick for somebody. I feel like this person's in their 30s. Something has ended, and it's like a door closing. Boom. I just could hear it slam. Bang. And then I can see another door opening. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we have the 10 of, and that slam is almost like there's anger in it. I can't tell if it's a job. You know, when a door closes gently, we know, okay, yeah, this is sort of like unwanted. This is like an unwanted closing of something. I don't know if it's a relationship, a job, a family member got mad and is not talking to you anymore. I don't know who that is. All right. But there seems to be, these are combined, because this is facing the 10 of swords. So these seem to be combined. So it looks like somebody was standing up for their values, their integrity and stuff, and it shut the door. You know what? That's a blessing. Let it shut. Let it slam. You don't want that. Again, you're in the talisman. If this is an energy that is repeated from something, you better go back and think about what it is and make sure it's not a cycle back. Make sure that this isn't something that is cycling around and around and around. It's like picking the wrong person. You're not picking the wrong person. You're just not changing your mind thought process to really advance to the next level so that you pick healthier people, healthier relationships, and not allowing it. So this, again, is a standard thing for somebody. This is saying, nope, not going to do that. I don't care how much I like you or how much I love you. You know what? Nope, not going to do that, because that's not me, and it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me not happy, makes me not joyful. This is not the way that I want to do it. And then you stand up for it. Now, if that shuts that door, then I don't want to get that graphic. Sorry. Somebody, they're saying, tell that story. And I'm like, no. That is the low vibration coming in. And I'm like, I am not telling that story. So, but the thing is that there is something that did end, and you did stand up. Yep, there was a big conversation about something. This is now, again, a second energy that is coming through. First energy, you've got to stop play. You know, and the thing is with this first energy is that either you're going to be left out in the cold in the future on this, and you're going to feel frustrated, but I'm going to tell you right now, that was your own choice. I hate to say that. For me, unfortunately, I'm single because I'm very honest and I'm too blunt, sadly. It's just, but that's just the way I am, unfortunately. I'm not going to tell a lie. I'm not going to tell what I don't feel is of truth and of divine. I'm just not. But that's just me. So this is a conversation that did happen. Now, this might have left you out in the cold a little bit, and that's okay for right now. Here's the thing is, it might have ended, but that person who is on the other side, whether somebody shut the door on you or you shut the door on somebody else, you're both thinking about what that conversation was. No right or wrong, nothing good or bad about it. It just is. All right? Yeah. That's great. Yeah, it just is. And this is more about your future than right now. Again, this is about the talisman, where you're headed, where you're going. And this is a good thing. So this standard, this boundary had to be set. It was time to set this standard and this boundary. All right. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is beautiful. Thank you. So they said this standard and that boundary had to be set because somebody had a lesson that needed to be learned, whether it was you or it going to somebody else. This is something that needed to be set to help you and grow you and bring you up to a higher self. It is going to bring it. It is going to bring you a lot more celebration in the future. Maybe you don't feel it right now, but it is going to bring you a lot more celebration because it's going to make you think the next time you go through that, you're not going to go through it the same way you did it before. So if, okay, so they're saying if somebody goes and starts dating and they go to lay on their back in the first or second, third date, whatever, and that, I'm going to just say it. Women usually lay on their back, second, first, third, because guys know how to manipulate it to make it happen. Sometimes it happens in reverse. Don't come at me. It does happen in reverse. However, more so, the women are emotional. They get their feelings caught up in all the affirmations and the flowers or whatever. And then they lay on their back too soon, and then the guy takes off. And then they're like, well, why don't they like me? Why didn't they call me? Why didn't they do this? Because you laid on your back too soon. And the thing is, you're going to learn from this lesson that you're not going to do that anymore because it doesn't get you anywhere other than a soul tie, frustrated, unhappy, making you feel like all these vibrations that are going down rather than going up. So you'll have learned a lesson in that manner. All right. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm Forrest Gump today. All right. So, but it is going to bring you a celebration because you're not going to do it. You're going to acknowledge what happened. You're going to acknowledge what didn't work. And you're going to acknowledge that and say, nope, not doing that again. Nope, don't even. Yeah. So that's sort of a thing here. I would like to get clarification on this future energy, please, of this sad embrace for someone. I know that they're going through something right now and they're probably stuck. So can you give me some clarification on this sad embrace, please? And then I'm going to go to health, wealth, and love and relationships. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is going to be about your communication. It is also about working on that communication, working on yourself, your inner self with that communication. And making sure that you really know yourself. Somebody needs to take time in their singleness and understand them better before they bring in another person. So this future is take a couple months for yourself. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Get to know who you are. Get to know what is your weakness. What's your Achilles heel? Because we have to learn what that is so that when we face say that guy, so we don't lay on our back or whatever too soon, then we know that we can stand up for the right standards and values. This is that second energy I was telling you about. So you have to stand up, just say, you know what? I really would love to get intimate with you. I would die to get intimate with you, but I need to go slow. And if he respects you enough or she respects you enough, if that is you, then it was meant to be and they'll stay around. If it's not, they didn't respect your standards, who you were or whatever, and they will take off. Bye-bye. That's all I have to say about that. I'm playing Forrest Gump today, I guess. But really, seriously, guys, and even from experience, I do a lot with relationships, experience, dating, a lot of dating, coaching kind of a thing. But the thing is, in all reality, you've got to know yourself. You've got to be able to know your weaknesses, know what your standards are. A lot of women and men just don't even know what their standards are, what their value is, what their worth is, what their wealth is, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to pull 3 cards right now. One is wealth. Second one is health with an H. And then the third one is love and relationships. Now, with the wealth card, wealth is what you make it. What is your goals? What is your success? What is your accomplishments? What is it that brings you to that higher self and that higher self being? Okay, so that is wealth. It could be tangible, it could be not tangible. Tangible meaning it could be like money, house, those kind of things, more worldly, material things, or it could be um, non-tangible, like love, joy, watching your kids grow up, compassion, volunteering, things that you cannot see and touch that brings you some peace and joy in your heart. That is wealth for a lot of people. You'd be surprised. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna look at wealth first, and that is strength. Okay, so for this week, we have to look at our strengths and our weaknesses, and where we are strong in our journey, and that's where we can help others through theirs. Because anything that we're taught that we grow strong in or become a master in, that's not supposed to end with us. That is supposed to go through us. So for somebody, strength is really huge this week. Finding your strength to go through with your goals, not make your dream a pipe dream. Oh, I really want to go to Australia. Oh, I'd always dreamed to go to Australia. Oh, I would just die to go to Australia. Australia is within reach, but how much of a reach do you want it to be? Because choices are wide open. Okay, Australia, you just have to plan. You have to know how much money, where you want to go, what you want to do. This is just a hypothetical. But if you don't even start the process, then it becomes a pipe dream. Oh, then it becomes, I wished I would have. Oh, at the end of the day, when you're laying on your deathbed or right before you pass over, are you going to want to say, I wished I would have? Or are you going to have done it? That's where the strength in your wealth, whatever that is, having a child, whatever it is, that's your strength. You can't make it a pipe dream. Make it a true dream come true. Disney. All right, and our health. Ooh, health is judgment. What I'm hearing about our health is this week for Pisces is that somebody has an opinion and they're sharing it when they shouldn't. Because that opinion needs to be scientifically based, because we're talking about health. This not Google based, but scientific based. I am my own doctor only because I will research. I know my body inside and out, and I will actually go to the doctor and give him a few scenarios. Could it be this, this, or this? And he's like, that's a good idea. Let's check into this. And then they go through their research and do whatever. And lo and behold, I usually put it in the center because I know that that's what they're going to probably hit. But the thing is, somebody is judging somebody else's health based on their own perspective. Now, if they're extremely obese and they really need to have some help with that, yes, that's really, really important because you're concerned. But what your opinion is your opinion. Some people don't want to get well. Some people don't care, about their health as much. Somebody who smokes for 40 years knows it's not good for their lungs, knows that it's probably going to create some type of cancer, whether it be lung cancer or another cancer or emphysema or whatever. And you can tell them till they're blue in the face, but they're just not going to do it. You can't, this is your opinion. This is a judgment thing from your standards, your values. Now, if somebody's doing this to you, you just say, you know what, it's my life, my journey. And, when I'm ready, I will do something about it. But please don't share your opinion with me anymore. I heard you of something nature, but do it out of love. Do it out of love if that's for you. However, we need to sometimes keep our own opinions to ourselves, sort of like this mask thing. Sort of like the vaccination thing. It should be sort of treated like politics. We shouldn't ask somebody and interject our own opinion on whether you should be or shouldn't be vaccinated, because people base their perception off of different things. We just have to accept and love people for where they're at when they're at. Now, if they come and ask you for a question or what do you think, then you share your opinion. And, being a life coach, I have to be really careful because it's hard to switch off life coaching and real life but I cannot give my opinion to somebody else for their children or anything else. I can give them an idea. I can give them the tools that I used and the tips that I used that may have worked. I can give them my experiences, but it's still in the long run is their choice of how they want to handle their children, their life, whatever it is they choose to do, and their body. All right. Woohoo! Look at this one. I love this one. Love is in the air. This is the lovers, or this is the relationship and love card this week. It's all about lovers. There's going to be some connections. Now, this connection could be emotional, verbal. It could be, it actually could be all three, or it could be physical, or it could be going from one intimate level to another. Love has like 8 different levels. And if you watch the Love, Is It Love, I think, video, you'll see all those. However, this is a great time. The reason why is we're still in the waxing gibbous of the new moon, which means abundance coming towards you, attraction coming towards you, things coming towards you. This is a really, really good time to maybe even start a new relationship because we're in the spring. We're in the waxing gibbous. You better hurry because the full moon's coming. I'm just joking, but it is coming. It's coming at the end of the month with an eclipse. This is big energies with this eclipse. But the thing is, this is a good time. I don't feel any conflict at all this week. And if there is, there's the effective communication, how to diffuse any arguments, and having the tools. You'll never fight again. You'll never fight again. And if you do, you're not paying attention to the tools. Because I don't fight. I don't fight anymore. I won't. And you know what? And also, too, thank you. So they're saying that this lovers, okay, in this instant, I don't think this is you. However, if you're ending a relationship and a relationship wants to come back, really think twice about that. Really think twice about that. Because remember, the talisman is not about repeating things that didn't work or things that, challenged and was needed to stay back. Things are like, I get this all the time. Oh, they broke up with me and he wants back. Well, how long has it been? Oh, it's only been a week or 2. Forget it. They haven't changed. They just went somewhere, didn't get what they wanted, so now they want back because they got the cookies there. They didn't get the cookies over there, so they came back to the cookie jar because you got a lot of cookies in your jar. All right. So be careful when it is coming back. It ended for a reason. Divine ended it for a reason, allowed that to happen for a reason. Keep moving forward. That's all I got to say. New love is in the air. All right. Anyway, I'm being silly. Okay. So that is your reading, Pisces. I hope this resonated with somebody. I hope it was helpful. Again, I just keep hearing judgment. You gotta keep. Sometimes we just gotta zip our lip and keep our opinions to ourselves. I don't know why divine is ending with that, but for somebody that apparently is important. There is a lot of happiness, a lot of playfulness. There's a lot of joy here. However, when we're looking at our future, don't forget about the future a little bit. Live for now, but don't get so playful and forget and say, that's never going to happen, or I'll worry about that later. Before you know it, later comes really, really quick. And then you're like, oh, crap, I'm older, been there, done that. So I know. So I hope you guys have a really, really good week. And don't forget to look out for the daily divine messages. I'll be pulling a divine card daily for a couple of weeks, see how that goes, if people enjoy that or not. It's only going to be a 1 minute bloop. So if you haven't subscribed and hit the bell, you probably won't see that notification for the daily. And I don't know what time in the morning, so you'll have to subscribe to do that as well. Hit the bell. Otherwise, just like and share, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great week. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Take care.